Look who I got. Look who we got. It's Stirring the Pot, Don Kincaid, and my very, very special, my solid guest, one Heck Dynamite. Thank you, man. Thank you, sir, for joining us, Stirring the Pot, and talking to us, the fans.
Oh, my pleasure.
Man, this is going to make so many people that I know that go to the shows so happy. They love them some Heck Dynamite.
I would hope so.
Well, I'll tell you, the fan favorite, no matter where you go. One of my very first questions, and because I jumble a lot, we jump over timelines. I don't write nothing down, so bear with me. And let's just take this journey together, if you will. Being
Right.
a face, a good guy, is that something you've always been?
I mean, I had that one heel run with PvP, but that's about it. Yeah, being a good guy is what I do.
Uh, do you find that being a good guy or a bad guy is a little bit easier, or does it really matter to Heck Dynamite?
Heck Dynamite is just gonna get the job done. He doesn't really have a feeling towards being good or bad. He just goes out there and does what he needs to do.
Mm. Uh, I thank you for your time for spending with us because we are in a very we are in a topsy-turvy time right now.
Yeah.
And you and your family, you're doing well. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Hope all is well in
Absolutely.
you too.
Did you say did you say Omar?
No, I said hope all is well on your end as
Oh,
well.
oh yes, yes.
Omar.
Absolutely. Who do you have right there? What's going on your shoulder?
Oh, this is a Bluetooth speaker because I have to plug my iPhone in through, a charger. So
Oh, oh,
yeah,
I got
it
you.
just
So
keeps sliding down.
you can hear me well, right? We're okay.
Yeah, I can hear you well. Yeah,
All right,
we're
cool.
good.
Again, a lot of the fans that I know, they love them some Heck Dynamite, and one fan in particular, and I really have to start with this. One Eric Hunting. My goodness, does he love Heck Dynamite?
It's my FroBro from another MoFo, as you would say.
You and the fans, you have a lot of good times. We interact. You don't mind interacting with the fans. You enjoy that kind of stuff.
Oh, absolutely. I think you have to be part of this industry.
Now, when I come up to Heck Dynamite and I ask him for a little bit of time, he's willing it, and that's cool with you guys because you're always so busy, and we appreciate your time as much as and I think that as I've talked to the men and women that you appreciate us, and it's this give and take, back and forth kind of thing, and we all have a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Uh, Heck Dynamite, I am very, very, very curious. What is this Heck Dynamite character? Where did it come from? How was it built? Were you always Heck Dynamite? These are the things that I've been waiting to ask you for a while now.
So no, I wasn't always Heck Dynamite. It's kind of an idea I came up with for a YouTube series. Back when around 2016, I was still pretty new to the game. Uh, I was off not wrestling as much, and I had a little extra time in my hands, so I came up with the Heck Dynamite gimmick. Out of if you ever seen the movie Black Dynamite, it's a black exploitation flick.
I believe I have. It sounds familiar.
So yeah, I'm a huge fan of that, and I wanted to do a YouTube series, and a lot of people were saying, "Hey, that should be your gimmick." So I gave it a shot, and it's been Heck Dynamite ever since. It was a pretty good debut for him. So
Do you feel that even though it is a character and a gimmick, if you will, do you feel that it's an extension of yourself? Is it very different than who you really are behind the Heck Dynamite character?
I think he's his own entity within me. So when it's showtime, Heck Dynamite is Heck Dynamite, completely separate from Heck the Raphael.
It is it hard to turn that switch on and off because I mean I know I yap a lot, and when we're at the wrestling, I yell and all of this cool stuff, but sometimes I'm having just a shitty ass day, and sometimes I don't feel like doing it. But when we get to those environments, there's a switch that gets turned on and off. That switch is good for you. Like it's easy to kind of engage into that character if you're having, a bad day or what have you.
I mean, pretty much since Heck Dynamite showed up, I was having a hard time turning him off. So I'm just getting used to now being normal. When Heck Dynamite started, I was Heck Dynamite all the time.
Oh my God.
Always with the fro.
Can you share with the fans? Say Heck Dynamite is going to get some gas into his car, and he gets into the to pay for the gas at the cash register and goes solid. Or do you give him any of your Heck Dynamite stuff?
I used to, not so much now, especially back in Vegas. I was totally living the gimmick.
Holy cow, man! You wouldn't happen to have any like selfie video or anything, any type of footage like that we the fans could see of that funny stuff?
I'm sure I can dig some up, probably from like an external hard drive or something.
Yeah, because hey, I got a couple external hard drives too. I can't keep all of this stuff on just my phone. So, yeah, dude, if you could do us a solid, you see what I did right there? Yeah, if you could do us a solid and maybe dig up one or two of those videos, I would really appreciate that. The fans and we would have fun with that.
Oh yeah.
Now this is Zebra Week, the end of Zebra Week, and I had Ref Will Dojan on right before you. You today, my friend, are five. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing today. You are the fifth of five interviews today. You are capping off the evening of the week. We have had a very busy week on Stirring the Pot. So again, I know I sound like a broken record, but these are topsy-turvy times. And we appreciate that you're taking the time to talk to us. Now, is Heck Dynamite your real name? Hey, if you don't want to tell us, that's okay. But if it is, that's okay too.
Sorry, my real name is on the Facebook. So Heck is just short for Hector.
Oh, all right. Hey, yeah, that makes sense. I'm always afraid because I'm always afraid to tag the fan page or the athlete page and the shoot page, because not all you guys and women, you don't like to mix and match, because what happens, I've seen it. God, have I've seen it myself a little bit. I've had a little bit. You get some fucking weirdos that really get into your shit. Could you share with the fans maybe some weird stories that you've have interacted with the fans, or have you had any?
Weird fake profiles asking for custom matches. For those who don't know what that is, it's kind of like you go to like a private place and wrestle however they want, I guess. Yeah, I've gotten a few of those, but it's about as weird as it gets. I'm sure I have those more often than not.
Yeah, and hey, man, what I like to do too is, I know we try. We'll get back to the character, but I like to get your origin and how you were coming up. So I've seen you in the Massachusetts area, but then you trickled over into the Connecticut area from where I'm from. Where are you based out of?
I'm in Massachusetts now. I originally began in Las Vegas, Nevada, though, under Future Stars of Wrestling.
Nice.
Dynamite comes from.
Oh, cool. So, now the Future Stars of Wrestling. I don't think I've ever. I don't think I've ever followed. How come I've never heard Future Stars of Wrestling? Did I miss something here?
I'm not sure, but they're one of the biggest promotions in the West for sure. I mean,
Future Stars of Wrestling. How come it sounds familiar, but it's just missing me for some reason? And hey, boys and girls, if you're watching, please, besides my mom and dad, and if it's just my mom and dad, Heck Dynamite, I apologize. That's my fault. But if there's more than that watching, get on the face page or whatever and look up Future Stars of Wrestling, because now I'm really curious. West Coast, you said, right? Is that correct? Different style than on the East Coast. Can I say that?
Yeah, I mean, definitely the difference is in the crowd and what they like. I would say.
Hmm.
This is more of the raucous. They like the party style kind of thing going on over there.
Now your style, it's how would you classify your style? Are you a hybrid wrestler? Are you a high flyer? Are you a technical wrestler? How would you classify yourself as a wrestler?
I guess I would say a little bit of a hybrid, going for different things like the steamboats of the world, stuff
Mhm.
like that.
Uh, Now you talk to steamboats. Is that your kind of area of wrestling that you grew up on? Is that your kind of forte, your flavor?
Some stuff my grandfather definitely put me on. That was his favorite kind of stuff. He had boxes full of VHSs that I would just go through on rainy days and whatnot.
Hmm.
Just watch a whole bunch of his old tapes, Steamboat Days, Snooker. But Attitude Era is more.
Uh, I've been finding that along the way because I'm a little bit older. You know, I have a little gray in the beard. I got a little landscape going on the head. So, my era is like the Backlund, Don Morocco, Putski, Santana. That's my kind of stuff. And man, those are good times. So like, I like to figure out from the men and women that I've talked to though. Now, how long have you been in the business right now to this point?
About 4.5 years now, yeah.
Okay. Not too long, not too short. Now, being a worker in a business, do you find yourself do you still watch wrestling? Like, do you turn on the tube, watch WWE, ROH, and any of that stuff? Do you still do that kind of thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Always looking for new ideas and you just always got to remain a student of the game.
Mm. Do you find that you go to one more than the other to look at stuff?
Uh, no, I think I kind of spread my time evenly, or
Yeah.
whatever I'm in the mood for, really. Yeah.
Now, NWA, that's a different flavor than all of them put together. Have you checked out the NWA on YouTube at all?
I haven't in a couple of weeks, I would say, yeah.
Hmm.
But I'm definitely digging what they're doing there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, exactly. That old school vibe, man. That's for me, that's where I'm at because I like that podium thing and all of that they got going on. It's a really fun time. Um, and you know what's different though? I've had Matt Matt DeCourt, he's a ring announcer, and I've had Mark Adam Haggerty, ring announcer. I'm sure you're aware. Uh, but their ring announcing is so much different than anybody else's. Have you noticed that?
their ring announcing.
Yeah.
It's not really something I really kind of paid attention to, but
Oh, wait. Well, see, I just pick up on goofy shit like when a guy would come out, and so instead of a big grandeur type of big announcement, it would be like coming out now, Heck Dynamite.
yeah.
I've never heard announcing like that, but it's cut and dry. It doesn't take away from, they're not trying to take away from the show. So it kind of pulls back. It like again, it's a different vibe. So I was just curious if you pick up on things like that. That's all. I don't know. But now I've seen you at PvP. I've seen you at WMW. I've seen you at Battlefront. Are there any other companies that you kind of really been finding your way around at it?
Uh, I mean, I haven't really put myself out there much, especially since the injury with the arm, and now I'm taking care of my neck.
Mhm.
But the future is very bright. I'll say that. I mean, just don't be
So
surprised whenever you see Heck Dynamite pop up. Is all I can say.
hey, that's what we want. We want to see Heck Dynamite at more places. So I could be correct on saying that you're looking to take this for a long term. Are you using this in a long term wrestling, or is there like a short term goal, or how does it fit in your life?
I'm definitely looking long term and just enjoying the ride as it comes for the
Hmm.
most part. Got to
Nice.
slow down a little bit, with taking care of myself now. But
Mhm.
once I'm 100%, I mean, it's full steam ahead.
Now, I know you did go through an arm injury a little while back, and now I've talked about some with the men and the women. Have you ever fought through injury? Because that kind of fascinates me that you would want to finish a match injured. And I know the show must go on, but I mean, you're literally putting your body on the line. Have you ever had to fight through injury like that?
Just at the when I broke my arm for the PvP when I was defending the tag titles.
Mm-hmm.
So my arm was pretty much broken before I went out to the match. So
Oh,
I
wow.
went to that whole tag match, with a numbness and sticking it out.
What makes, because again, I'm fascinated by this. What makes a wrestler, you have an injury. You haven't even started the effing match yet. What makes you drive that to go out there and be like, you know what? I'm still going to perform. I know I'm kind of effed up, but I'm going to push through this. Why and what makes a wrestler do that?
I think that's just the case of Heck Dynamite taking over and saying, "Hey, man, I know you're hurt, but Heck Dynamite has to go out there and do his thing."
Hmm. Wow. Is it an alter ego that comes out of you? Because hey, if it is, I, here nor there, because I'm a little flippy myself.
Definitely an alter ego, yeah.
Yeah.
Hector is more serious.
Now, when the remake of Dolomite came out, the very first thing I thought of was Heck Dynamite. It was amazing. It was like, holy shit. I just keep seeing, I'm waiting for Heck Dynamite to pop out in one of those fucking scenes when I was watching it. So, you portrayed that era. Am I correct on saying like that era of the solid and jive turkey stuff? You take from that kind of era, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Especially when I started when I was rocking the fro. I'm not sure if you ever got to see me in my earlier Heck Dynamite stages rocking the big old puff fro. But yeah, that's definitely the era Heck Dynamite comes from.
Well, I wish I did. I have seen a couple pictures with the fro, if you will, but I have not seen it live. I wish I have. Uh, and yeah, that era. What draws you to use that as your character more than anything else? Because there's so much you could choose from to incorporate into the Heck Dynamite character. Why that era and the whole kind of vibe of that?
Uh, I I don't know, man. It just speaks to me. I guess I'm a little bit of an old soul inside, and it just spoke to me, man. And I had to run with it when once people were saying I should give it a shot.
Cool. Have you always been a singles competitor? Because I've never really seen you tag or anything.
Uh, when I first began before the Heck Dynamite, I was a little bit of a singles competitor, but pretty much since becoming Heck Dynamite, I've pretty much always been in a tag team, man.
Would you be open, just hypothetically? You know, now don't kill me for using this name, please. This is just a hypothetical, okay? And I don't like saying his name, but I'm going to use it because we're both very familiar. Just say, and oh my God, he's going to kill me for saying this. Elijah Six says, hey, let's make a tag team together. Are you open to making a tag team? Not just specifically Elijah Six, just in general.
Yeah, I think that'd be something to see.
Yeah, because you can use contrast of styles to make something really cool in the ring. And it paints a cool picture for us, the fans, and obviously you guys in the ring. And I don't know too much about Heck Dynamite. I haven't seen him perform a whole lot of times. But what I have seen is this rivalry, and I just mentioned Elijah Six, that you've got going on in Battlefront. Do you like these kind of rivalry storylines that are kind of a little bit drawn out? And I know we're at a weird time and everything's at a halt, but you're kind of jostling it over a few shows of time. Do you like when they spread out a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have an issue with it. I like long running stories and whatnot. I mean, that's kind of what hooked me into wrestling in the first place, the stories. So.
Uh, Elijah Six, young upcomer, I've been in the game a couple years. You've been in the ring. Could you fill us in a little bit on how it is to like work with a guy? He's a couple years younger than you in the game, And now you guys are starting kind of getting into this rivalry. Uh, could you fill us in on what it's like to work with an upcomer as yourself, an upcomer?
I really wouldn't. I really can't tell, that he's an up and comer. I mean, aside that I know the fact because in there he's ahead of his time. Elijah Six is he's ahead of where he should be for sure. He's a young vet, young general in there.
Yeah, because he takes us on a ride. We love to boo the shit out of him, and he loves to kind of. It's a thing, It's the back and forth that makes it go round. you know, Now, does the character Heck Dynamite, does it stand for anything specific? Like, is there a message that you try to portray to the younger crowd or anything like that? Is there a backstory to it at all?
Well, Heck Dynamite fights against pro wrestling treachery. That's what he does. And he's doing it, taking out one jive turkey at a time.
Wow, I like the jive turkey thing because it's a throwback, and I dig throwback. So I'm down on the jive turkey, the solid thing. I dig the whole character, and man, you take us on a ride, and we have a lot of fun with you guys and girls. Now, when we all come back, and the wrestling is going to be going a crazy. Are you going to be ready from your injury? Is that something you're looking to do? Is get right back in the ring when hopefully sooner than later this kind of all fans out?
Yeah, I mean I'm making good progress on it. So now I just need all the stuff to go away. So once wrestling is back on, Heck Dynamite is back
I can't wait because I know you guys and girls miss it, and we miss it just as much as you do. Um, Man, the wrestling has been flourishing more and more and more, and right now it's probably some of the hottest wrestling in so many years. Now, when we do come back, is there any promotions or companies that you have in your sites that you'd like to spread your wings to at all?
on. Local?
Yeah, hey, you name them, local, big names, it don't matter.
Yeah, I got my eye on a couple of places. I definitely want to go up to NEW. Hopefully, I can expand my way to Chaotic at some point.
Chaotic,
Which that was actually first on my radar when I was moving from Las Vegas over here.
great companies to work for. They produce some fine stars that we see on TV, man. I mean, Brian Fury, he's a hell of a trainer. Have you ever had the chance to? Because I'm curious because I hear he's just one of these amazing people that you can learn so much from. Have you ever gone under the tutelage of Brian Fury at all?
I got to meet him and train at the Pro Wrestling Academy for one day when I first came over here from Las Vegas. But car troubles prevented me from going back. But I could tell right then and there that that's good company to be in, and Brian Fury definitely knows the in and outs.
Man, the guys and girls that he got in that company is that come in and out of that training facility is just amazing and chaotic. They produce superstars. I mean, we see them all over the place. Uh, Now, are you looking because now all wrestlers are looking for the big TV deal. Sometimes they're comfortable on the independent scene or at their home base, if you will. A couple questions. Where do you consider your home base, or do you even have one, first off?
I guess at the moment I don't have a home base.
Okay. Now, the TV thing, is that something you're looking to take your career to, or are you comfortable kind of doing the independent scene? You know,
I mean, TV is definitely something I would love to do. But when the time comes, hopefully I'll be ready.
Man, I can't wait. And I know the fans, and I'm telling you, I don't think you realize, and I know you hear us when you come out of that gate and you do your thing. And do you hear us when we give you the adulations? Because not all wrestlers hear us and kind of do that communicado thing back and forth. Do you hear us when we come out? When you come out?
I think if it makes sense subconsciously, like I hear you guys like at a delay, like Heck Dynamite's doing his thing, but me, I'm hearing it. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but
Hey, no, because you kind of got that tunnel vision thing going on what's lying ahead of you. Because hey, safety is first, number one in that ring, and you do it. I'm telling you, you probably don't know how many people you really touch as a face, a baby face, if you will, because the fans, they really enjoy being part of what you're doing. So I hope you do realize, though, sir, you touch a lot of the fans out there, you know?
that's appreciated. Thank you. I'm glad I can touch you guys and provide an experience for you guys, because that's what you guys come to the show for. You guys need an experience. You guys need an escape, just like we do.
Absolutely. Well, I I I import your time, very precious tonight, sir, and I absolutely appreciate your time tonight, spending talking to us, getting to know Heck Dynamite a little bit more. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
The opportunity. I know I'm a bit of an enigma around here, so I'm glad to have a platform.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there anything that I haven't touched upon that you would like to project to the fans, your peers, local promoters? Is there anything that I haven't touched on that maybe you'd like to throw out there?
Not that I could think of off the top of my head. I kind of think we
All
touched
right.
upon.
Now, what I like to do, sometimes I get it in the middle, sometimes I sprinkle it around. How can us, the fans, find Heck Dynamite on the old social media stuff? Give us that info.
So it's Heck Dynamite on Facebook. That's the page right there, and I believe I go by Heckavelli on Instagram, which is a bit of an old nickname. High school. Homage to Tupac, Heckavelli, Machiavelli. And that's HECKAVELI.
Wow. So obviously through this interview, we've heard a little voice in the background. Who is that? What is that?
That's Dynamite Jr.
Dynamite Jr. Is there any way we could get a peek of Dynamite Jr. or no?
Probably not. He's really camera shy. So.
Hey, that's okay. You never know. You gotta ask. It can't hurt to ask, right? All right. Hey, Heck Dynamite, it's been an absolute pleasure hanging with us, letting the fans in, giving us some of your backstory. It's been an absolute pleasure. And again, thank you. And I hope, keep safe, keep well. They say wash your hands and all of that good. And I got to say, you're an advocate about that. So stay safe through all of this, sir.
You as well. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, man.
Next time we
Don,
do this is a live show.
Dude, good times. I love doing this stuff, man. Stirring the pot with Don Kincaid and my absolutely very special guest, Heck Dynamite, man. Thank you again. My solid guest, not my special, my solid guest, Heck Dynamite.
All right, man. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you.